Hey guys, it's John here from Horror Fiend Reviews, and today it's day 10 of the 31 Days of Horror. Today we're going to be talking about Hellraiser 2. And without further ado, let's go on with the review. Okay, well, first of all, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion alone, I believe this one is much better than Hellraiser 1, and the reason for that is just because of the human aspect of Pinhead, and you basically get to see how he's became the leader of the Cenobites. I think that's a really cool plot point that they focus on in the second movie. But again, very much like the first movie, it focuses on Kirsty, who's now in an insane asylum just because she's been committed because of the acts of the first one. It's believed that she's killed her whole family, so she's now been committed to a sanitarium, essentially, which is run by Dr. Channard. If anyone knows, Dr. Channard is not the nicest man. Turns out that she's essentially been put there because of her dealing with the lament configuration and also her dealings with Pinhead and all the other Cenobites. Turns out he's absolutely obsessed, manic about the whole Cenobite thing and unlocking the secrets of the lament configuration. So he does these awful experiments on all the patients there in order to try and bring the Cenobites to him so that he can then get into their world somehow. But yeah, as I said at the beginning, this goes a bit more in detail about the story of Pinhead. Turns out he was a soldier in the British military called Elliot Spencer. He ends up unlocking the lament configuration, and then the gods of hell, I guess, the Leviathan, saw the potential and he was made into a Cenobite with the pins and stuff, which then stuck with Pinhead. But an interesting fact was apparently Butterball, the character in this movie that mostly gargles, doesn't really say anything, he was supposed to be the main focus, not Pinhead, but because of the popularity of the first one, and I think it was in test screenings, because of the popularity of Pinhead in the first movie, then that's why they stuck with Pinhead, which I thought was a very good choice. We also see the return of Julia, who, very much like Frank in the first movie, needs to essentially eat people, drain their being, so that he can then be restored. She's nothing, so she has to be regenerated somehow, so she lures people in. I think she's in a mattress, and she lures people in, and then just takes them, and eats the shit out of them, pretty much. And then she gets her skin back, so she then begins working with Dr. Channard in order to unlock the lament configuration again, which they end up doing, and they're then sent to the Labyrinth of Hell, where they find out that Hell's run by Leviathan. Somehow Dr. Channard is then connected to the Leviathan and made into this ultra Cenobite, who then actually ends up killing Pinhead and all the other Cenobites at this point. But yeah, and we also find out that the reason for the Cenobites then coming after the lament configuration has been opened is not the actual physical act of solving the puzzle, it's the desire that they feed off of, and that's why Gerard ends up tricking someone else into solving the puzzle for him, believing that they would then come for her, but actually it's because it's his desire, then he's the main target. Sorry if my voice starts to go. If you can't already tell, I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm a bit congested. So, but yeah, like I said, I definitely prefer this movie to the first one. The first one is great and developing the characters, and it's a great story. I do love it, but this one, because of the human aspect of Pinhead, is why I edge towards this one more than anything else. The third one's good as well. It's set up very nicely at the end of the second movie, which is really cool. It's something that doesn't happen very often in horror movies, especially in sequels. A lot of them just sort of end and then there's no real tie back into the series, which is frustrating at times, but when it's done right, it's done well. Definitely check out Hellraiser 2 if you haven't already. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another 31 Days of Horror video. All social media links will be in the description below. But let me know, what's your favourite Hellraiser movie? Are you guys excited for the remake? I've heard they're making a remake, so that could be interesting. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been Horror Fiend Reviews. I've been John, and I will catch you later.